Hello YouTube, this is the Nerobin, and today I want to talk some more about Traveller by Mongoose Publishing. At first I want to talk about character creation, to stay with my usual modus operandi. And at first I have to explain what you get in character creation. Your character has attributes and skills. By standard you have 6 attributes. You have strength, agility or dexterity, I don't know which is the right English term, constitution, intelligence, education and social status. I personally would probably do a few more, or at least one more status, one more attribute I mean, for social skills, but that's my personal choices. Then there are skills. Attributes are rated from 0 to I think 15 for humans, and are generated by rolling 2d6 normally, and then choosing the attribute which belongs to which dice roll. I think you can also do it hardcore, rolling and just going down the list, and it's just fixed. Then if you know Pathfinder and read the section there about how you can roll for attributes in different ways, then you already know way too much about this topic. Depending on your value of the attributes, you get certain modifiers to attribute rolls, which are important for the career types you can choose from. Then there are skills. Skills are measured from a value of X, which means you have no training in this skill whatsoever. I don't think there's an upper level or an upper end, but at 6 it's getting ridiculous, I think. 1 means you have some basic education, have done about 4 years of training in it, and are able to do routine work in this job. At 2 you become proficient enough to do this as a day job without much supervision, and at 3 you are very good at your day job, and at 4 you slowly arrive at genius status, and so on. And then there is the level 0, which means you have more some very basic education in this skill, and you've maybe you have flown before and have seen the stewardess do. You know what I mean. It's not enough to work in this job, but it's enough to get you alive, to keep you alive. So, at first you choose a homeworld from a list at best provided by the GM, and depending on the nature of your homeworld, you get a number of skills to choose from, and which you receive at level 0. The number of the skills you receive at level 0 is dependent on your education value. Then you turn 18 and you are faced with the question, what will I do for a living? And you choose a career. There are 12 careers in the core rulebook. There is the nobility, which is either real nobility, just the financial elite, or politicians, um, or bureaucrats. Then there is the category of agent, which either makes you a law enforcement agent, a a, a, a spy, essentially, uh, or a private detective. Um, then you can choose the merchant career, which would either put you on a free trader, like in Firefly, or you can become part of the merchant uh, navy, marine. I don't know. I've seen some evil discussions on what is merchant marine and what not, and I don't want to be thrown out of the window, so I will quickly go to something else. Then there is the I don't know, fence is I think illegal, but the the real merchants that are planet bound. Then there is the drifter career, which gives you the barbarian, which is someone who comes from a culture that does not know technology, at least not at very high level, or at higher than, or only at very low levels. Let's stay with that. Then there is the belter, which is someone who makes a living of mining asteroid belts. Then there is the oh, um, I would say hobo, someone who just does jobs to get from point A to point B. Then we get to the next career, which is marine. Marines are infanterists and elite elite soldiers who not only they are capable of working in zero gravity as well as on planets, and they are the frontier forces of the Imperium, if you will. They are invasion forces, and for high security facilities they are taken. And there are different branches. I won't go through them now. Then there is the planetary army, which is basically garrison type forces. Then there is the space navy. You can be a pilot here, you can be a deckhand or an engineer. Then there is I think it's called scoundrel. Never heard of the word before. I've picked up Traveller, so I will say criminal. You can either be a thief, a pirate, or a thug. So then there is the scout, in which you can either be an explorer, a um, um, a social scientist, I think it is, or a courier. Then you can be an entertainer, which means either you are an acrobat, you are a journalist, or you are an artist. Then there are scientist careers, which also encompasses the medical practitioner, the scientist, and the anthropologist, I think this should be. And then there is the last career, the civilian, in which you are either a worker, a colonist, or you work in a bureau. So, you choose your first career, and once you've done so, you have to check if you are taken by the agency you want, if you find a job in that career, which is done by a attribute roll. I personally think this system is a bit worthy of house ruling, but that's just me. because if you don't make the roll, then you only have two other options. Either you can, I think the word is conscript yourself, which I think is a strange wording in itself, but you can volunteer for some kind of service and you are taken without question, but you have to roll in which you are put, so you don't get a say where you end up. Or you can always become a drifter. That's the only career you always can fall back on. Once you have achieved a career, by any means, you get 6 skills at lowest level, at 0, and you gain 1 skill at level 1. Then you have to roll if you survive the term of duty of 4 years. If you do, then there is you get another roll for skills, which is also randomly decided what skill you get, and then you get an event. You roll for events, and these can be very different and shape your character in many different ways. I will just read one of them. Through your time as a governor or playboy, you have a huge breadth of experiences. Choose one of the following skills. Animals, in brackets riding, art, anything, socializing, or milieu. This is one of the possible results. You can freely choose a skill. At other times you have to make a skill check to get some reward, or you can gain contacts, enemies, and allies. Then there are life results in which you can gain spouses and lose your parents, and it's very extensive, and I won't go into any more detail. In every career you have a rank. In military careers you have also you are either have a basic service skill, or you get an officer skill, an officer rank, I meant, sorry. And if you reach certain levels in rank, you also gain free skills. So you do this, and you can do this as long as you wish. Always after 4 years you can choose a new career, or you can choose to stay in the old one. You have to check again if you survive your tour of duty, if you are promoted, what kind of event you go through, and so on. And after a certain time you have to start to look if you succumb to old age and your attributes are getting lower and lower. And then there is also the question of what happens if you don't survive your tour of duty. Well, in hardcore rules, as was originally done by Classic Traveller, this meant your character is dead. They now changed this that he gets an injury that reduces his physical attributes. Yeah. So there is also the possibility to take something against old age called Anagathica, which basically is there to indebt your character. I see I probably will have to do a second video on this topic, so I will see you after a short break.